For the last 3 years, I have been on a personal mission, taking the message of my people out into the world.
What's at stake? Everything.
Telling them that my country of Tuvalu could be the first entire nation to be wiped off the map by climate change.
28 COPs, guys. How many more COPs will it take?
L'accord de Paris pour le climat est accepté.
We're 10 years on since the historic Paris Agreement. Yet, the world is still hurtling towards climate disaster. And denial is again growing.
It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion. Predictions made by the United Nations and many others, often for bad reasons, were wrong.
He calls it a scam, but he's not living the reality of the issue of the climate crisis.
Of course, we've always faced the threat of storms even before climate change. This Tuvaluan traditional dance, Afatele, is remembering Hurricane Bebe that almost wiped Funafuti off the map 53 years ago.
In Afatele, everyone has a role to play. Our story is unwritten. It's lived through our dances, our songs, our tales, our legends. It's a living heritage that's just passed from generation to generation. That's power in itself that's telling you you're not alone. We're going to push through anything that you face.
But what's different now is we don't just face one-off acts of God, but humanity's actions, which are baking in sea level rise to the waters surrounding our low-lying homes. And NASA says Tuvalu will become uninhabitable.
Knowing that we've got nowhere else to run but a 3-story government building, you're scared. Where else could you go? It also messes with your mental health.
Migration has been a national conversation, and this summer we faced newspaper headlines around the world when over half our population applied for the Falepili Treaty visas, which offered permanent residency in Australia. People seeking opportunities for their families, but the way it was reported was as if they are climate refugees. In reality, we are still fighting for a future on our islands, a future only possible if the world stops polluting.
So I did not apply for the Falepili Treaty. It's nothing against anything or anyone or any country. I just decided for myself that I would want to stay here in Tuvalu. I commend the Australian government, keeping the diplomatic ties between Tuvalu and Australia. But I would also like for them to remember the importance of a Falepili, the core value of a Falepili, of what it means. Because if you wish to become a good neighbor, maybe, we wouldn't be opening new coal mine agreements.
That's the irony. Countries say the right things, then do another. And that's why here we are again at another COP, still trying to get the world to give up its dirty habits.
I'm hoping that COP30 will deliver the outcomes that we want. That was the same hope that we had for COP29. But that didn't happen.
I am in Bentham with other Pacific youth, joining forces with the indigenous people from the host nation, Brazil. Together, we have a very clear message.
10 years after the Paris Agreement, we now demand proof. Paris was the promise. Bentham must be the proof. And that's what I want to see out of this COP30. We need more genuine global partnerships from countries who are contributing the most to this climate crisis. Because we don't deserve this. We know that we don't deserve this. And so we're seeking climate justice in these events.
We wait to see if this time they deliver.